If you've ever wondered why do I self-sabotage myself when things finally go well, I'm going to answer that today, and that answer is going to make you feel less broken. Because here's the pattern. Oh, hey Kitty. I have a foster cat that's been with me for almost a year now, and she wants to be part of the video, I think. Okay, she ran away. Okay, coming back to the point. So here's a pattern. Things start going right, the good news lands, the person likes you back, the money shows up, the opportunity opens. And instead of joy, you feel a weird static almost, a low hum of wrongness. And then sometimes, within days, you do something quietly that wrecks it. You pick a fight, you overspend, you kind of go core on the thing you wanted the most. And that's not character. That's nervous system doing exactly what it's supposed to do. By the end of this video, you'll have a 3-step system I call the alarm reset, and you'll understand why good things set off alarm in the first place. And I know you've tried to just not do it. You've told yourself to relax, enjoy it, stop looking for the catch. And it doesn't work because the problem is that your brain categorized good things as unfamiliar, and unfamiliar is unsafe. Here's the research, and it's older than you think. In 1978, two psychologists, Stephen Berglas and Edward Jones, ran a study that accidentally explained your whole entire life. They gave people a test, and for half of them, questions were impossible, but they were told they had done brilliantly. Brilliant. I forgot to, how do you say? Brilliantly. So they had succeeded and they have no idea how and why. And then everyone was offered a choice of drug before the next test. One that would help their performance and one that would not. The group who had succeeded without knowing why were the first ones to reach out for that drug to actually sabotage themselves. They called it self-handicapping, creating your own obstacle so that your failure has an excuse and success still gets to be yours. And the trigger wasn't failure, it was a success you couldn't explain. Unearned feeling good news is the thing that makes people wreck their own results. So if the things go well and you immediately reach out for something to ruin it, you're not weak. You're running a 40-year-old, well documented pattern. And here's how to interrupt it. So here's a reframe. Think of your nervous system as a smoke alarm. Its whole job is to scream when something changes. But a smoke alarm cannot tell the difference whether your house is on fire or you just burnt a toast. Like in my house, we have the smoke alarm going on every day because we make prantas. I don't know if you guys know what prantas are. Those are Indian flatbreads stuffed with, my mouth is watering. It's stuffed with potatoes, onions, and you fry it over like oil and butter. And our alarm goes off every day almost because of that. So it's not house fire, it's just the aloo. So the alarm just detects change and panics. Your good news is the toast, but the alarm doesn't know that. It just knows that this is not the usual state of things. Something is different, so danger, danger. And what do you do when the alarm is blaring? You make it stop. You get rid of the thing that is pinging it. That's self-sabotage, not self-destruction, but alarm management. You're not trying to ruin your life. You're trying to make the noise stop and get back to the temperature that you know. If you've seen some of my older videos, and I've said that before, that the brain craves consistency more than, something good, like a good news or change. Okay, so what are the 3 steps? Step 1, catch the spike. The moment is not when you sabotage, it's the flash of discomfort right before. That's the alarm going off and almost nobody notices. They just notice the wreckage later. So learn your tell. For most people, it's a quick physical thing. Chest tightening when good news lands, a tiny hum, the urge to immediately check something, mess at someone, or just leave the room. Name it in the moment, alarm just went off. Nothing else. You're not fixing anything, you're just catching it. I used to do it all the time. Oh my God, I find it, funny now. Like, something good would happen. I was like, everything's fine? Suspicious. Let's investigate and ruin it. Okay, so now once you catch it, here is one word that changes everything. And that is step 2. Rename it. Unfamiliar, not unsafe. This is the whole system in one move. When the alarm goes off, your brain hands you a label: danger, wrongness, this is not going to last. And you believe the label because it comes with body sensation, and body sensation feels like facts. So you take the label off and put the right one on. This isn't unsafe, it's just unfamiliar. Okay, that's it. That's the sentence. Because unfamiliar doesn't require action. Unsafe demands you to do something immediately almost. And the doing is that sabotage. Rename the feeling and then you immediately remove the urgency out of it, right? The alarm is still beeping, but you start believing that it's fire. Don't do that in real life, please. But you understand the metaphor, right? So, step three, stay 5 seconds longer. Now, the part that actually rewires it. When the good thing is happening and everything in you wants to flinch away, just stay 5 seconds longer. Don't check your phone. Don't deflect the compliment. Don't manufacture a problem. Just remain in the good thing. 5 more seconds and it's comfortable because your brain updates on evidence, not intention. And every time you sit in the good thing and no bad thing happens, you hand it proof. This state is survivable. Do that enough and the alarm stops firing because good stops being unfamiliar. That's the reset. You're not fighting the alarm, you're recalibrating what counts as normal now. Right? Get it? Okay, real time. Let me actually do this with you. So, something good about my life is that I started this at an age I thought it was too late, and people are actually here. You are here, even if you're a few of them. You are here, and that's the fringe. Did you catch it? My brain went, don't get too comfortable. Don't jinx it. Nope, staying. People are here. People are here. They like it, and it's not too late. 5 seconds. Five, four, three, two, one. Nothing bad happened. And that's the whole reset. And it was generally harder than the whole rest of the video. I ran this pattern for years without a name for it. Something good would happen and I'd get quiet. I'd find a flaw in it or get busy or make myself small again so that the size of the good thing wasn't that noticeable. I told myself I was being humble, but I was managing an alarm. The thing that changed it wasn't confidence, it was staying, sitting in the good moment with those 5 uncomfortable seconds without reaching out to fix anything. It felt like nothing. And then one day, something good did happen, and I just let it. No flinch. That's when I knew the setting had moved. So here's the assignment for you today. Next time something good happens, even small, catch the spike. Name it. Alarm just went off. And rename it unfamiliar, not unsafe. Then stay 5 seconds longer than is comfortable. That's it. And so you don't have to hold it all in your head. I made you a free 1 page alarm reset card. Your tell, your rename line, and the 5 second practice. It's in the description and also in the comments. Remember, real doesn't always mean true. That feeling of this won't last, something's wrong, feels real because it's familiar. But familiar isn't true. And what's familiar can be changed. Tell me in the comments what's your sabotage move. I read every single one of them. Tell me the specific thing you do when the life goes good. Mine was getting quiet and finding the flaw. Subscribe and you'll get one system like this every week. It was never too late and good things are allowed to stay. Until next week, bye bye.